Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to get right into it. I'm going to be showing you how I use my Cricut Maker and also how I made the t-shirts that you see in the thumbnail. Also, if you have any questions, please put it in the comment section below. Now let's get into it. For this year's family reunion, we wanted to do a Squid Game theme. And we did the exact same thing that they did in the show. We played red light, green light, we played tug of war, and we also made t-shirts that kind of resembled the theme of that show. So we had a lot of triangles, squares, and circles in there. And also we decided to put the 3 digits on the back of our shirts as if we were the contestants that were playing the game. Okay, so in order for this to work, you have to download Cricut Design Space, and then you're gonna go to My Projects. This is a previous project I did, but because we're doing a brand new one, I'm going to click New in the upper left-hand corner where the arrow or where the plus sign is. And then I'm going to go to Templates and type in the word shirt. Now, once I type that in, a bunch of shirts come up and you can pick whichever one you want. And then I'm going to put text. Now I can type whatever I want. And I'm going to type the name of our family so that way we can go ahead and kind of put in the font type that we like. You can make this whatever shape and size you want, and you just play around with it until it fits right. The way that you see it on the shirt here is how it would look in real life. And you can also play around with the colors, but keep in mind that whatever vinyl you buy is also going to be the same exact vinyl that you use for the shirt. Now, I went to Amazon for my vinyl, and then you can type in heat transfer vinyl. This is what you need in order to steam it onto the shirt. You can't just use any type of vinyl, and pick whatever brand and whatever color you like. Also, you can type in HTV vinyl. That works as well. Now, headed back over to Design Space, you want to click Make It, and then it's going to load and show you exactly how it would look if you printed it off on the mat. Now that's a little too big for me. I want to use as least amount of vinyl as possible. So I'm going to go back and adjust the size so that way it can go straight across the sides and not in that long vertical line that we just saw. Here on this top ribbon, you can adjust the width, you can adjust the height, you can adjust the font type if you want, or the font size, and then you can go ahead and click Make It, and it'll show you exactly how many inches and centimeters and all of that it would take on the mat. Also, do not forget to click Mirror, because it's going on the shirt, it's going to be flipped, so that way you can read it correctly when you actually print it off. Now, this is just a side tip. We put names on our shirt, and I was not trying to use a bunch of vinyl for each and every shirt, so I just typed all of the names in and printed them all off at the same time and cut it off and stick it on each person's shirt just to save room and save vinyl. But for the sake of this video, I will keep it as simple as possible and then go and show you ways that I kind of save vinyl in the future. Okay, so I have 2 different types and 2 different colors of vinyl for this particular project, and I'm going to be focusing on pink first, and I use the black for the words and the pink for the shapes, and I'll show you exactly how. Okay, so cut off the strip of vinyl just to make sure that you can put on the one that you're using first, and also make sure that it covers the same amount of space and width and height that the Cricut Design Space tell you it will with the measurements, because it's going to cut off exactly how it is on the screen. Now, this is an old mat, so it's not as sticky as it used to be, so I'm just taping it down. That's absolutely fine. And then I'm pushing my go button to make sure that it attaches itself to the Cricut Maker. I don't have to mirror this image because it's just a bunch of shapes and it's not words, but once I clicked go, I went ahead and put my Cricut blinking light, and then the Cricut does the rest of the work. Okay, so now I'm gonna disconnect it from the Cricut Maker and make sure it's detached. And then I'm gonna take off all of the tape that I used to stick it down to the mat in the first place. And then I'm gonna start weaving through, which honestly is what takes the most time because you have to weave through what was cut and what's just excess vinyl. What I'm doing right now is just cutting off the vinyl pieces that weren't cut so I can reuse it. I'm making sure I'm not cutting off the shapes that I just cut out. This is a heat press that actually is a part of the Cricut brand I'm going to be using to steam the shirts, but I'm going to let it preheat so that way it's ready whenever I'm done cutting out my shapes and stuff. This is a shirt that I've already done in the front, and also this is the back of it with my name on it and the number that I chose. It's a little wrinkle, ignore that. And on the arm sleeve, we did 2022 on everyone's shirt. So that's the design of each person's shirt. The only thing that's different is the number and the name. This mat usually traps the heat, but I'm not gonna be using it, it's just in the way. So before you heat press anything, you want to make sure you iron out the shirts because believe it or not, it has a lot of moisture in it and you want to make sure you're on a clean slate. After I'm done doing that, I have these cute little centered toddler, youth, and adult size things just to make sure that I'm putting it on the shirt very centered and very nice and neat. I also have this ruler, but I won't be using that for these. And I have the toddler shirt, so we're gonna start off with the toddler measure, I guess? I don't know what it's called. All right, and also this is the purpose of these shapes. They have to go behind the letters of the family reunion title, and I have to make sure they're perfect, which kind of gives us the look for the Squid Game theme that we've been looking for. The issue that I had making these is that the toddler shirts are very small, so it's very hard to get the shapes to line up with the letters, line up behind the letters. And you can't put them on at the same time because you're heat pressing it down. And it's kind of hard to explain, but you have to do it one at a time. So I have to make sure that it aligns with the letters, press down the pink, and then make sure that the black aligns with it when I go back to press down the black, because you can't put them down at the same time because you have to peel up this film from the pink when you're done using it. And you can't peel it up if the black is already on top of it. Because it's a shirt, all of the letters shift whenever I move. So what I'm doing is putting down a certain tape that you can actually have heat on it. So I can press that down, but also hold the shapes and letters in place. And this is a baby heat press for smaller things, so I don't have to use the big bulky one every single time. And because these are little shapes that I cut out, I'm just gonna use those really quick and then go back to my big one when I'm putting the actual family name up there. Now I can peel up the film that keeps down everything, and I'm gonna use this Teflon paper. This is what you can go over to make sure you have kind of a seal on it, but also not mess anything up because the heat will cause the letters to rise again. Okay, so halfway through this family reunion project, I realized that for at least the bigger shapes, I can peel off the little film beforehand, stick it to the back of the black letters, and then heat press it down all together and only have to peel up the black letters. I don't know why I didn't think of that at first, but it made my job so much easier because I didn't have to align everything later on. forget to remember what type of vinyl you are purchasing. Some are cold peels, meaning you have to wait until it cools off in order to peel it off the shirt. And some are hot peels, meaning you can pull it off immediately after heating. Before I go, I just want to show you the front of the shirt, the back of the shirt, and then how the baby shirts turned out. I appreciate you for watching, and I will see you next time.